Welcome to session 1 of Carrion Crown.
Ooh, nice name.
I deleted the tokens. Never mind. Anyway, you all have received a letter that you have been invited to Ravengrow because your good friend, Professor Lorimer, has died and mentioned you in his will. And that is where you slowly gather at the same day, because you all arrived at the same day, as unlikely as it is, in Ravengrow and at the Lorimer residence. There you're welcomed by his daughter, Kendra Lorimer, with varying degrees of enthusiasm, since some of you she knows quite well, others hardly at all. And this should be popping up for you now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can see it.
Alright. She doesn't talk much at the moment, besides a few brief greetings. Clearly not quite in the mood, as today is the day of the funeral, after all.
You mean she's not happy that her dad's dead?
Nope, definitely not.
Gee, I wonder why.
Well, she
The
hasn't
estate
read.
is hers now.
She hasn't read the will yet. She doesn't know what she's getting for it. It may be a day of joy.
Yeah. Yeah, and you slowly assemble and wait together until it is time for the funeral. And eventually you start making your way to the restland together, the graveyard. And I shall be there. Okay. And you do... Where was it? Yeah. And you gather with a few people there around the coffin, preparing to make a procession towards the grave. And there are actually up to 6 people who can help carry the coffin. Does any one of you wish to carry the coffin?
Of course.
Help carry it?
Yeah, I'll volunteer
I'll
my character.
volunteer, yeah. If I'm tall enough.
I'll only volunteer if nobody else does, just because I don't want the spotlight.
Well,
Yeah, there
Grayson
are
obviously
other
would,
people who
being
will
a
carry.
colleague.
It takes at least 4. If there are not enough people who wish to carry it, then some of the villagers will gladly jump in.
Yes, his 6 closest acquaintances and his mistresses.
I volunteer in spirits, though
Yes.
would barely be able to touch the bottom of it.
Like
The
your character's
procession
entire
consists-
history, you'd make a token effort of just a finger on the bottom of it.
Hold on, I can cast jump. Give me a second.
Should we
Yeah,
head
the
to the bottom?
procession consists mainly out of Kendra, a few pallbearers, and some fairly finely clothed people, possibly the town's council, or nobles, or other important personalities. And
I gotta admit, for pallbearing, it would be a little temptation to make it an athletics check, just in case.
nah, you can do that. So Draven will carry it. Johnny,
Elmorn.
who else?
Yeah, me.
Carlos? Well, what's your name?
Kelmorn.
Helmon will carry as well. Anyone
Imagine
else?
Sybil would.
No, I'd have a hard time doing it.
Yeah, right. Grayson, would you carry it or not?
Raider, but you.
Yes, I would. Sorry.
Alright.
Rena just handed me
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And I was asking her a question. She was like, answer him! was like, I'm sorry. I
Were you
chose the
telling
wrong
your cat
moment.
something?
No, we had someone come to the door.
Led by Kendra.
I'm apparently not
Lady
on
at the
board
drawer in the
there.
back.
Yeah, you need to drag out your token.
You know how to do that, Nil?
Nope, that didn't do it.
Okay, just go to your journal, and then just drag the text of your name onto the map, not the image. Grabbing the picture is for rearranging it, but if you just drag the name outwards, it should be fine.
Yeah, I made a mess of things by dragging the picture.
There we go.
I pulled it out for you. I set up the wrong things.
Rena, we're in the wind tunnel.
Oh, how? It's not even facing at it, motherfucker.
It's okay, it's just because I think you're quiet and it's automatically adjusting.
You're not coming through on
switched
this
off the automatic.
Yeah, I know I'm not because I'm not pushing to talk, but I think
What was
the
it called
microphone is
again?
automatically upping your gain if it doesn't hear you say anything.
Yep.
I mean, Discord also has the input sensitivity, the automatically determined one. I've actually fixed that one to a certain amount.
Yeah, I have
That
that
does
set.
help.
I have it set, but yeah, it's just
Yep. Back to the funeral.
Alright. So, you are carrying that along with a grateful nod from Kendra until you see at a bend, a crossway, you see a bunch of simple village folk. Farmers, cobblers, smiths, the like, gather up there. And they're all carrying pitchforks, cudgels, torches. Classic villager mob.
You
Oh,
do
they're
wonder
here to
why.
send them off.
Yeah, why the cudgels?
He never
So,
mentioned
yeah.
he was so loved.
Can't afford no shovel these days. We just gotta beat him into the ground.
Well, anyway, so one of them steps up. Kind of an older guy. Doesn't actually have a weapon, but seems pretty angry. And starts talking to Kendra. That's far enough. We've been talking, and we don't want Lorimor buried in the rest lanes. You can take him upriver and bury him there if you want, but he ain't going to the ground here. Kendra does not seem pleased. What are you talking about? I arranged it with Father Grimbury. He's waiting for us. The grave's already been... You don't get it, woman. We won't have a necromancer buried in the same place as our kin. I suggest you move out while you still can. Folks are pretty upset about this right now. Necromancy? Are you really that ignorant? Oh, now I've had it, you. And roll initiative, please.
It's time to kill the peasantry.
Yeah, I love this part.
Murder hobos! Woo! Let's go.
all I did was show up for a funeral, and now I'm in a fight.
That's... Hang on. You're a drow. This is very normal.
Also,
It's
I'd like to
traditional.
point out,
Wait.
I clicked on my token, but it didn't work, so I'll have to get added manually.
Same.
My
You can also just click your token and click initiative again,
Readjust.
Yeah.
and then input the number.
I wish I could do.
there we go. Now.
I'll change it to my original initiative.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
stuck
exactly.
holding the coffins. Or
Yeah, look at you, ready to spring into action with all of your massive stats.
Someone
you-
rolled worse than me. Hooray.
Has left me carrying the thing. Yeah.
I don't show up in the turn order, apparently.
You have to, on roll 20, whenever you click initiative, you have to click your token first, then initiative on the sheet for it to show up. So if you do it now, it'll show up in the list, and then you can change the number to what you rolled originally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things that you.
Yeah,
not
just gotta be
too
careful what you click with.
When
what
did you
do
ever
I-
not roll initiative?
So you click your token on the map,
Yep.
and then bring up your
has a little
sheet,
pop-up.
and you bring up your sheet and click the word initiative in the middle column at the top, just above your hit points.
Which button brings up the sheet is the question, because it's not clear.
Hmm?
I'm
No,
clicking
but
the
it's
token.
not on your token. It's just you have to select your token, and then have a little drop
Hold
box
on,
of your
hold on,
sheet.
Nil. Look at my stream.
Or mine.
We can go through this. What do you need? You need your sheet.
There, it's close enough. It's one off, and it's not different from where it would have been.
Yeah, just clicking in your journal on your name should bring up your sheet.
Yeah. So I was able to bring it up. It's just I thought, oh, if I have to click on the map, obviously it would be a button on the token. But no,
yeah, now
it's not.
you have to select your token in a way that it shows the wheel and your
Yeah,
hit point.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't know
so
why
it's-
it wasn't.
You
That's a
can
weird
see
thing.
from my it's
Yeah,
selected, and then I go.
So I rolled an 11 instead of a 10, which means I go at the same time, basically.
All right, are we everyone?
Looks like it.
Yes.
Yep.
This started off
Alright.
fast.
That would be the draw starting.
So he's already not that happy. Technically, I didn't have my wildfire spirit, but really,
I
you're
will take it
interrupting.
away.
Oh, you might as well give it back because
She's about to bring it out.
yeah.
All
First
right.
thing I'm just going to be doing is where's the button for it? And I'm just summoning it straight, pretty much. Where do I? How far away can I summon it? I don't think I summon it next to me, do I? Hold on.
Time to learn new features.
Well, the thing is, it doesn't say how far away you summon it.
Doesn't say like adjacent or anything in this.
No. That's why I'm confused.
Let me take a look.
Yeah, I need an opinion on if I'm gonna go up and then summon it, or if I'm able to summon it from a range.
Third wildfire.
Yeah, I haven't played as one.
Spirit appears in an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you.
There you go.
Okay, thank you. It wasn't on my
Yeah.
sheet.
Well, make sure to put that text in after.
Okay, so 1, 2, 6.
Oh, also, technically, those are 10 feet squares because the map is shit, but yeah.
Well, do you want us just half our square movement?
Yeah, wait.
Problem is measurements are in 5
It
feet.
shows correctly.
Hey, the ruler's back.
Oh, you finally got your options again?
Yeah, I finally got the ruler back.
Yeah.
They moved it.
I like having the cone.
Yeah, they move everything.
Well, no, I was talking about your advanced ones.
Oh, I've had a bunch of those already. It's just, yeah, they put the ruler back.
Okay. Never went away.
So, is the measurement right now, or?
Yeah, the measurement is right. See, that's 10 feet.
Yeah, he can change what the increment
Okay.
is. It's easy. Because I had to do that for Savage World.
30. You can only move 3 squares now, right?
Basically.
Yeah.
No.
Yep, everything's cut in half. Easy peasy.
Okay, so then it's 30 feet, then I cannot summon that yet.
Which immediately makes my character an issue because he's got 35 feet of movement, and Pan's got 25.
I shall also remind you, all of you, well, 4 of you are now carrying a coffin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would be carrying a coffin. That's the word I couldn't find earlier. Coffin, yes. I would be carrying the coffin.
Oh, crap, I can't do anything from this range. That's unfortunate.
Boker, you're gonna need to take this for me. Drops coffin.
There is a squelch.
Guys, I'm
So,
gonna need another 20 gold.
In that case, then I will dash up here, and then I'll hold my turn.
Exciting. Yeah, given my initiative, I'll just say I was fumbling with the coffin. I will take...
My turn. because I can't get up there even with a dash.
Damn drow.
Mm-hmm. Damn you, drow elf. I was listening to the
Alright,
audiobook, I
done.
couldn't fucking stop hearing that. It's just every time he says a drow elf.
Yeah, you went on a rant about that the other day. Rita wasn't here. It was sad. Why do they call it drow?
Are you done?
Yep, that's her turn.
Yep,
Yeah, she's done.
that's all I can do. I can't reach anything.
Okay. Feet. And let's see. That was here now. Here now. What is this talk that he's a necromancer? He was not one. I served alongside him for years. Not in the least. No, no. He was dedicated against the necromantic arts and to learn about them, how best to defeat them, to fight fire with fire.
He was a Snape. A Snape.
Try to make a persuasion check for that, please.
All right.
As you hobble along.
18. Query advantage. Yeah, there we go.
Some of the villagers or the thugs seem kind of uncertain now, but the ringleader starts still ranting off. So, what would you know? You are a stranger here. We've been dealing with this fucker for years now. We know what he's been up to. And doesn't seem to slow down at all.
All right, well, that's my turn. I did a skill check.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fellas, lads, as the good
Gold
lady was
star.
saying, he's no necromancer. In fact, I've spent on and off years with him discussing about the tales and stories. We'd discuss it and he'd say how unfeasible it was. We'd laugh at the necromantic practitioners. He was a good, honest man. I mean, mostly honest. He did owe me a couple of gold, but maybe I'll find that will at this point. But it's perfectly fine. He was never one to dabble in that sort of thing, except at the point of words on a book just to study, just to know the events. Never to one to involve himself. And I'm specifically directing my words at the crowd, not the leader.
Alright. Do give me a persuasion check as well, please.
23.
Ah. A couple more of them seem
And there was much
less convinced now.
Now, let's see.
At this point, half of them start to slowly back off. Or at least keep in the background.
Besides, the efforts of a good priest can stop any necromantic issues with a burial. Not that there will be any.
Gonna do anything about the coffin, or just hold it there?
I'm gonna hold it there, but let's see here. Does the man ahead of me look a little bit frail?
Does Draven look frail?
For once, Corvus, I will tell you my strength is over 12. It's 14.
Well, my bard's stronger.
Well, I'm just telling you, I don't have a weakling character this time. You dick.
Alright, well, I'll lean in with Draven. Just go. Right, lad, just be wary of the hands that farmer there might put on. Just, I'll take the load here. Give me your handle here. Give me it. And I'm going to also inspire him with a bonus action. It's just a d6 at this point, but I'm also going to take the handle off him. To free up Draven. I'll just hold up the side.
Alright.
That'll be my turn.
Do make me an athletics check for actually keeping it steady, alone on the side.
Yeah,
Oh, excuse me,
Jesus
you're
Christ.
already alone.
I bench the professor.
Yeah,
He's just holding it up. Grayson's hanging off. Not that high.
Climb on top. Put your weasel on as well.
All
Yeah.
right. As I feel the weight kind of transfer over to him, I'm gonna step out a little bit. 1, 2, 3, and then I'll just say, my friends, he worked to protect this village. He did his research. All his efforts were to help you. You should honor him by letting him rest here.
Okay. Persuasion check.
We're all doing quite well. This will vanish soon.
Yeah.
And do give me an insight check actually as well.
Insight.
Time to scrutinize. You can use the inspiration if you want.
I will.
It's a d6.
It's a d6.
Yep.
All right. And he, the ringleader, still stares angrily at you. I know he's a necromancer. You can't convince me otherwise. And he actually doesn't seem... He seems unreasonably angry. Like, it's a bit more than the usual old people stubbornness, and more like there's something behind that anger. That's difficult to tell what, but it's not quite normal. And in fact, he will try to slap you with a club.
And my armor class is 15.
That does hit then. That's a whole of 3 bludgeoning damage. And the other people also...
Just the image now of Draven with his, his robes, his dark, shadowy mysteriousness, getting beaten down by some farmers with clubs. Ow, ow, stop it, ow, just gradually too.
And yeah, they're going to 2 more for Draven and 3 for the dwarf.
Both hit Draven.
Those are all hits.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's 2 more for...
Why is your fighter getting hit that easily?
I don't have a shield on right now. My AC is only 16.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So that's 7 damage for Draven.
Ow.
And
It could have been worse.
13.
I am almost.
dwarf.
Oh. Jesus.
At least you can see no actual lethal intent there, but
They're just twatting you.
it still hurts.
You're just getting beaten down by filthy old men.
I'm supposed to be the filthy old man.
They're not even clubs, they're just shoes and boots.
Fishing poles.
Yeah. A ladle.
Yeah. They're like the old man going, "Fuck off my lawn."
Can I still attempt to compel their better nature to stop this resistance?
Do you want to try?
Yeah, I'll try. Backwards dirt tillers, far be it from me to disparage the late Professor Lorimar, but what manner of necromancer would allow himself to die?
That's a very good point.
That's a good point.
This
Very
very
good point. I think
bad
you're
one.
slightly more diplomatic than my drow.
Yes, that sounds about right.
Okay, I don't know how this
A
persuasion
fucking
check
bad one
supposed
that
to
is.
work. It's not looking like the other one.
What's your issue, Nil?
Trying to roll persuasion, but it's Yeah, weird.
Yeah, you rolled twice. And both times it sucked.
Just it's not a total. It's weird.
No, it is.
Okay, what's that like 6,
2
7?
on your
It's
dice
rolling
plus
at
your 4.
advantage.
Yeah, it's advantage.
Well,
Okay.
each
Yeah, you can
number is a
change that in
total.
your,
Yeah.
And you had 3 shitty rolls and 1 slightly less shitty one.
If you mouse
Yeah,
over
that
a
sounds
number,
like
you can
D&D.
see the numbers involved. Like the 6 was, you rolled a 2 plus your 4 charisma.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Johnny,
if you
you're
go
getting
into
beat and poked.
if you go click the gear on your character sheet next to core bio and spells, the first thing below it will be advantage, toggle, and query, or roll query. So put advantage toggle, makes it easier for you. So with that, continue, Brett.
All right. Pan. Your character is getting beaten up. Feeling he's
Can I-
all too familiar with.
Oh yeah, this is not a good day. Shit. Can I hold it up with the casket up with one hand and punch with the other?
Sure, with disadvantage.
Okay. I'm gonna fucking knock this motherfucker right in the face. Fucking asshole.
I do
Wow.
assume you're trying to not drop the coffin.
I don't. Well,
No, yeah, I'm just holding it up. I'm focusing on holding it up, but I'm trying to punch this guy.
Yeah, you hit. Those are dirty peasants. They're easy to hit. Are you just trying to kill or just knock out?
I want to flatten him. I want to knock him out.
Alright.
is that the unarmed fighting style you're using?
Yeah.
And I'm
He's
afraid to say it
down.
would be a D6 instead.
Violence.
It's a
Even though I'm not
D8
wearing
if
a
you're.
shield.
It's a D8 if both your hands are empty.
Okay. I thought it was just for when I was shielded or not shielded. But yeah, so it'd be what is that? Should I
D6.
reroll for D6?
Yeah, D6 plus your strength. Yeah.
So then it's just the same thing.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah. Anything but a natural 1 on the damage is enough for you.
Good.
Yeah. 1's down.
I'm very upset.
Just
Right.
cold cock an old man. Like at the moment, it looked like you were getting attacked, but then the moment you lashed out and just fucking floored him in one, now you're the bad guy.
Yeah.
It's like someone went too far here. Speaking of wizard,
Yes, wizard. Wizard is not pleased, but he's also holding a coffin.
mm-hmm.
You know, I'm just gonna stay where I'm at. You know, this isn't solving anything. Surely we can come to some sort of mutual discussion. I mean, just hitting people with things, this doesn't solve anything.
Well.
You're a bit of a natural diplomat, you are, lad.
Well, it does if it gets Lorimer off our graveyard. Piss off!
Yeah. Shit, I'm still holding the coffin. This is bad.
Yeah.
Can I? He just sighs. Can I do this? Can I
What?
do this?
Yes, you can.
Nice.
Hang on, though.
Do
Pan's character might drop.
mark me where you are actually doing that.
You're also not coming through on the mic, honey.
Oh, I'm not.
No, we hear you now.
I hear him.
Yeah.
Now we can, but he was talking before.
Yeah.
I've been using my push to talk button, but can I like? I'm not. I should have read sleep before. Let's see.
Well, click
How's it
show
work?
spell description.
It
Yeah,
sleeps in a
like that.
cone.
Sleeps in a cone. Okay.
No, just 20 feet of a
No,
point you
wait,
choose within
no,
range.
radius.
Good roll.
Yeah, it's in a radius and affects those with the smallest HP first.
So yeah, if it's 20 feet, I was going to try to localize the radius again. You know, see if I could get these people off our asses.
Basically, it's a
And
block of
probably
9.
some
there.
more.
Well, don't forget because of
You
the
rolled
distances
a
on the map.
20.
So
20.
from this, like if you went from this center farmer, you'd be able to get to all of them.
I recognize there's going to be some collateral damage, but it's not a damaging spell, so he's, you know,
Till one of them falls on his knife.
begrudgingly accepting that fact at the moment. Someone catch the lady if she falls, please.
Huh. That is almost, not quite.
Well, the
enough to
question
get
is,
all of
though,
them.
how much HP does the dwarf have? And
8.
Draven.
More than the peasants.
Okay. That's the important thing.
Oh, does it go from highest to lowest? Shit.
Lowest to
No, it
highest.
goes from
Oh,
lowest
yeah.
to highest.
Oh, lowest to highest. Okay, that's what I thought. And I was like, they should clearly have more HP than these peasants, so I should be safe.
I linked in tabletop.
4 of them drop conscious. Actually, is there?
Puzzle failed.
No, there's not actually
I am
no
healthy.
sleep icon. But yeah. This one.
This grizzled man is made of slightly sterner stuff.
Yeah. Alright.
I should give you guys some breathing room.
And as you actually cast that spell, the other, those that stand back, they just stare at you as you've just farted a rainbow or something, or a dragon, and start to whisper something about, God, another one! That's bad, that's bad, gotta run!
Oh my
Oh, no.
lord.
Ah.
Now we have to burn the town.
Oh, fuck. And if I'm carrying the coffin, where's my sword cane?
On your belt.
Probably on your belt.
I mean, I guess sword canes can also be put on belts, yeah.
Or
Yeah.
you're just holding it with your spare hand.
Yeah, I do have another hand. You are correct.
I assume you have it on your shoulder.
Yeah. Because it can be my spellcasting focus. So yeah, I probably am using my cane to do spells and shit.
Okay. So Ilfrin here, he's realized he's in a bit of a fucking minefield. So he's keeping his cloak low, because the last thing he wants is for them to start going like, actually, you're a drow and we're not gonna fucking listen to you. Make the
Drow
situation
elves.
worse.
Just
Yeah.
escalate that
Yeah.
situation because why is he here? Great.
So yeah, I'm keeping the cloak low, and eventually I'm gonna try this angle instead, which is, good folk, how dare you try to interrupt a burial? Don't you think that the gods would want people to be laid to rest? This is absolutely not in the way of things. Do you really think you want to upset Kellenvor like this? And then I'm gonna roll persuasion.
At this point, those that are still awake doesn't seem to listen too much to you. Seem more afraid of Grayson and about ready to run anyway, so...
So you throw back your hood and throw jars of spiders at them.
Jesus.
Actually, no.
Actually, even the ringleader seems... He's gotten the hint that he's in a bad position and... Oh, by the way, I forgot to move Kendra away, because she would not be in the front lines.
Yep.
Oh, good. So I wouldn't have put her to sleep. Nice.
In that case, considering they already seem a little bit scared, can
They do?
I cast a minor illusion to make her blade glow.
can I give like a little puff of wind in the face of the leader?
You're a wizard, Ilfrin.
Sure. Just a puff of wind?
Just a puff of wind. I'm just trying to make him be like you, and then I just kind of move up a little bit, but I keep my hood low.
Ah! Oh no!
Ooh. Just
Two of
realized.
them! Run!
I just realized here in the description says the sound of a small animal. I don't think they realize what rabbits sound like. That's a hell of a
they
thing to
sound like
inflict on people
annoying.
constantly. Just make fucking horrific rabbit screams.
Grayson breathes a sigh of relief. Oh, good. They said another one. They weren't specifically targeting spellcasters.
Yeah.
I am a spellcaster,
Well.
you nitwit.
I assume that's your turn.
Yep, that's it.
Alright. Sybil.
This is entirely foolish. Magic itself is neither evil nor good. It is how it is wielded.
Well, so
I
for enemy
swear.
dead, power word kill, I mean... Soul Cage.
Oh no.
I just see Kelmorn counting on his fingers. Shut up.
Summon demons a little bit shady.
What are you doing?
You know there's a spell to rip the soul out of a person, you know? Sorry, continue, love.
Oh god, are you married
Yeah.
in this reality
You-
too?
No.
So you're just walking up and talking some more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. It doesn't really affect them anymore since they're already on the verge of panic and about to run away. But yeah,
Excellent.
as long as you're not gonna casting another spell, they're not totally crapping themselves. Right, come on. You are barely holding up the coffin.
I don't know, I think I'm doing it pretty well.
Yeah, but it's still just one man for a two-man job.
I'm holding the coffin.
Well, no, I'm carrying one side of it.
Yeah.
Oh, one side. Okay, I get it, yeah.
Right.
Actually, do make me an athletics check to keep it stable.
Yep.
Yeah.
Again, no bother.
Yep.
I could climb inside and still keep this aloft. Right, laddie, this has gone far enough. Your mates are having a nice wee kip, the rest are about to scarper, and you? Would you just fuck right off?
Okay. Yeah,
So am I dead?
he takes some damage
Indeed.
and looks thoroughly frightened.
Off you fuck. Go on.
I think he even cries a little.
Good.
Alright,
you keep this shit up, I'm not going to play at the inn.
The worst
I
threat of them
assume
all.
that's Draven's turn now?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Everyone around me is asleep except this one, right?
Yeah, and
Ring.
he's about to run away. Do you let him?
Yes, I will. And I'll actually head back and hold up the coffin.
It's yourself now,
Alright.
is it?
This is important. Did he piss himself on the way out?
Is there a brown spot on the back of his pants?
He's a filthy peasant that was already
I
there.
can't tell. Yeah, it's like
If anything, his trousers got cleaner for a moment.
urine is sterile.
Oh, actually, wrong direction. Yeah, they're going over there.
I said, hop you fuck. Go on, you disrespectful cunts.
They're pissing off. No, not the sleeping ones.
Well, they might drag him
Yes.
with them.
Nah,
We just
they're
leave the
leaving
sleeping
them
ones in the
behind.
field.
Show a bit more fucking respect for the departed.
Yeah, this does leave
Okay.
us with a dilemma. Now we've got sleeping peasants.
Yeah.
Oh no, I know what we can do with this.
Yeah,
Grayson's
Light
Grayson
them
finish
up
them
one at a
off.
time.
I would drop my hood and I would start trying to kick the one near me awake.
Booga booga booga.
What the? What's going on? Oh.
Your friends ran away.
You're right. You might want to
shit.
follow them.
Ah! He's running away too. And while that is happening, there is another appearance. I actually didn't prepare a token, but
Oh god.
this lovely guy.
He seems nice.
He looks like the
Yeah, he
He seems
necromancer.
pleasant.
Human, gnome, goblin, it's hard to tell.
It's a human.
All I know is all three of those are in his family lineage.
Just
Look,
like
he's
what's his
obviously-
face's
he's-
daughter, right?
He's obviously part apple and been out in the sun too long.
As he shows up again, I give a kick. Go.
Yeah, just chase him away. But tell your friends I've got a nice wee ditty to play in the pub tonight.
Oh, this guy, you're gonna want some ice for that face if you even know what that is.
Do they know what cold water? They might know.
This is something people know. Yes.
Well, these are peasants.
Oh.
Can't trust them with anything.
But yes, as the father comes along, should have made a token for that one. Actually, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Use
the wildfire token. It's not currently using.
Yeah, you just use my spirit.
Wildfire. This is now Father Grimburrow.
Yeah.
Comes along. What happened? What happened? What's going on here?
Peasantry was not in favor of the burial here.
Yeah, right. Being Bonadon, our good mate here, being a necromancer, which is just utter bollocks.
Mm.
That's all right. They've been seen off.
In the meantime, Kendra comes up to you all. Thank you. I don't really know what's happened here. Why they did this? They're usually not like this. But thank you for dealing with them. It's been enough stress already. I'm glad to have someone to help me along here now.
Don't you worry. He was a good friend to me as well.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Why they think he's a necromancer. He's never had anything to do with necromancy in his life. Aside from how to deal with skeletons and such.
He was a wee bit boring in that respect. Didn't go for romantic stuff. I don't know. From the looks of the face of that guy, I think it's just that our old mate here was missing a couple of coins for him. Just seemed the vengeful sort, you know. Maybe done him out in a bag of grain.
But I know Jibs. He's a grumpy old man, but he usually doesn't. He doesn't make trouble usually, as far as I know. But yeah, let's get this over with. The funeral. We've been waiting for that for a while now. Let's do this. But
okay, let me clear up the trash.
As that happens, Grimburrow also comes along, helps sending the thugs off, and will also actually heal you all to full again with some divine clerical magic.
Oh, thanks, Father.
Just you and Draven, get the marks off you.
Those are some vicious clubs, I'll tell you what.
It's a great start to a character's career, just getting beaten down by old men. Pummeled by the peasantry. I can see that.
Menials really as uppity in this part as this?
Not normally, no.
The people in this region are a superstitious lot. So,
Rena, you're a wind tunnel.
Fucking hell, I can't.
It's okay, just say a few words and we're fine.
I hear dog.
It's like an auto game thing.
Yeah.
So
The thing is, I have that turned off.
The dog?
No, the auto game.
Yeah,
I don't have a
turned
dog.
off. We'll get to him next week.
No, you'll get to him Saturday.
yeah, it might be like a Windows thing, like not just a Discord thing.
Yeah.
Very
likely.
I mean, who knows? Apparently, the Empire games turned my mic up to 100, so who the fuck knows anymore?
Yeah, I couldn't say for sure, wee man. I mean, I've been through this place a couple of times and never had any bother.
So, anyway, you all gather eventually at the grave. This here. Wait. Check something real quick. That is actually the position on the map.
It matters for the skeleton ambush.
This is why I don't leave
Here.
school.
Here. Here is the grave, actually. But yeah.
I think I found the problem.
Oh?
What?
It was trying to use my mic that isn't plugged into my headset.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because now if you notice, it's not doing it.
Yep.
Alright. So the Father Grimburrow steps up, starts his funeral sermon, which takes a while, and which I'm not going to bore you with at the moment. Also because lazy, but yeah. And eventually, Kendra steps up and has a few words as well. So, my father Petrus was a loving father. He always tried to help other people, enlighten them, help us keep the darkness at bay. And during his long life, he has made many friends, some of which are gathered here today. And I'm grateful for their help now and in the past. Some of them are near and dear to me as well. Would any one of you like to say anything too? She stares at you all.
Somehow, all at once, his eye is moving a mile a minute. Yeah, I'll step up.
Sure, I will.
No,
All right.
ladies first thing. Up you go.
Oh, just give me a moment. Where's the grave exactly?
Here.
Excuse me. I went on many adventures with Petrus in his desires to seek out the hidden knowledges of both to, well, sate his own curiosity and, of course, to put back the necromantic arts where they belong, dark, cold grave. Even after I was rendered no longer able to perform my services, waves the stump of an arm, waves the stump of a leg, he still encouraged and gave me more desire to keep moving on. And, well, even though he's gone, he certainly changed more lives for the better. And I will rest my hand on the coffin. Rest well, old friend. And then I will hobble back to the line.
Well,
Kendra
come
nods
up and try to
gratefully
help
at
you a bit.
and will help you along as well.
Thank you.
Lovely words to hear from you again, Sybil.
Would have come sooner, but a little harder to get around.
I know, but you're still entirely the woman I go for. Yes. Petters was a good mate. We were mostly casual, but over a case of many years. We trade stories a lot, talk about the finer things in books and tomes or word of mouth. He were a wee bit of a belligerent sort, a bit pedantic. Took away some of the romantic nature or a little bit of a fun exaggeration. It is an artist's license. But he were a good sort because he always just wanted to know the facts of it, the truth. Wanted to make sure that we knew exactly what could be dealt with, to keep the light shining, to beat back the dark. But he never did get a decent cup of tea brewed. So for all his faults, I hope that you'll be able to repent on that one flaw, mate. Have a good sleep.
Does get a light chuckle out of Kendra, despite everything. Does anyone else want to step forth? Or...
The weasel.
Yes, the weasel squeaks.
Fucking hell, that is erudite. That is eloquence in a nutshell.
Well said. Well said.
I lean over in the crowd. It's like he wasn't a warlock, right? No, wasn't a necromancer, right? I mean,
Well,
he wasn't
you
holding
wanna
out
fuck
on me,
necromancer.
right?
Oh,
If he knew anything, he would have shared it, right? He would have.
How loud are you saying that?
The two people next to me.
That feels like it would have been
Not
Rena's
enough.
character who say that. If he was a necromancer, he would have shared, right?
Yeah.
Damn, it's a shame he didn't say it to me. It's like, if he's a necromancer, he's a really bad one because he's kind of dead.
So that's what I already said.
Yeah, he said that.
You
He
feel
made
a drow hand
He just-
on
yeah.
your shoulder as Ilfrin leans over and goes, "Shut up."
The words don't mean
Yeah.
anything to me. I look like I have no comprehension of what that means.
Yeah, but I assume you say it's quiet enough that Kendra doesn't give you a stink eye.
Mm.
But yeah, since
Johnny will shuffle up to the grave and say a few words.
all right,
He'll take a hat in his hand and just hold it and kind of look down at the casket. He's gonna mumble more than anything, but he's gonna. Well, Bedros was a good man. He always bet on me, and I bet he was gonna live longer. Yeah, thank you.
That's actually really cute.
thank you.
He
Oh, he
always
should've
bet
left,
on me
like,
in blood sports. I killed so many men for his profit.
Should have left a few gold on his casket.
I bet that you'd be the last one standing. I've lost that bet now.
And now he can't pay me because he's dead.
Piece of shit.
All right, anyone else?
It's nice and simple. I also like how shut up not meaning anything to Nils' character could just be because he's a halfling.
Gnome?
Is he a gnome?
All right.
Yes.
Alright, gotta fix that.
Yeah, his token looks too normal to
Oh
be a
no,
gnome.
I did put him in gnome, okay.
I understand the confusion.
No, it's alright. I did have him down as gnome.
Yeah, since no one seems to want to add anything else at the moment, the grave diggers start lowering the coffin to the grave and start burying it for real.
I'll play a little tune
All right.
with one of my instruments.
And after all of the other people paid their respects as well, everyone, well, Kendra invites all of you to her home again, because there is actually a testament to read, even though it will probably take a while until the councilman is ready for it. So,
One quick question. Considering we're in a graveyard, is there unbloomed like wildflowers in the fields nearby and stuff like that?
yeah, sure.
I would just kind of throw up another druid craft to make the flowers bloom for him. I'm
Yeah.
not going to say anything, but I'm going to do little things like that.
Alrighty. So, kind of after everything, when everyone's gone, or
Yeah,
in the
pretty
middle
much
of things.
after most everybody left. So right when we're ready to leave, I would do that. He's not trying to make a show. So his daughter would see it, and then us would see it.
Yeah, I assume the daughter would see it. And also give you a grateful smile as you all get hurried off back to the Lorimore estate, residence, whatever. It's a pretty big house, actually. And you're sitting there now to wait for a while and have an opportunity to talk, introduce each other. Would all of you care to describe your characters for a moment?
We're
Actually.
in the home, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, we're in like a wee lounge.
here.
Okay. I'll go first, I guess. Draven will kind of find a corner, rummage through his little knapsack, and pull out a small tankard, and you'll just hear him mutter. He's got a dark hood on. He'll actually bring down the mask part of his hood. It's kind of black hair with a little bit of gray strands coming in. His eyes look dark, kind of, I want to say, sullen into his face a little bit. And he'll just whisper some words and start drinking out of his tankard. and you'll see him say, "To you, my friend," and kind of just down the whole thing.
Kelmorn, for his part, looks a little bit like an exaggeration of a traveling minstrel. His clothing is very big on him. He himself is not that skinny. Bit of a well-groomed mustache, fine grass hat, and covered, like, he's got a couple of packs on his back of various instruments, along with a big heavy sword that is ridiculously over-decorated. And the first moment he got, really, when it was appropriate, he was helping Sybil with her mobility. And at the moment, he's just walking around the room, checking the various books and tomes on the shelves. Oh yes, you lad in the hood there. You were in front of me in the queue, Vera, didn't? What's your name? Myself is Kelborn Hessel.
You'll see Draven kind of he'll look up at you. The ale's a little bit starting to kick in a little bit. He'll just say, "I'm Draven. I did a few jobs for the professor here and there."
You got a professional contact of him.
You could say that. We had some adventures together, had a few drinks afterwards.
Even you and Sybil had the benefit. I never actually got to have a wee jaunt with him. We were mostly just, in the room upstairs, I think it was, and back at the university too, just a little bit of a banter and a chatter. Let's see now. Who's looking like a wee social butterfly?
Oh no, if you're like looking at the books and all that, Grayson would come over nonchalantly, kind of not directly acknowledging you, but also picking through the books. Like, I wonder if I did.
Which is why you're now volunteered. As Kelmore just looks and sees, you, hello, mate. Fancy man.
He's not too fancy. He's just standard. It is dressy clothes.
Yeah.
With pastel accents.
You're looking like you might have been a student under the professor himself.
Yeah, I might even have done some of these books. Let's see here.
I think I might have saw you in the grounds.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just wondering about you. You might have overheard my name just now. And this is our new friend, Draven.
Yes. Do you work with the professor as well? I haven't seen you on the grounds.
Oh no, as I said, at the burial itself as well as just now. I was a casual friend, sort of a book club member. We'd sit down, we'd have a wee chatter, talk about all the little stories and exploits we both heard about, and then he'd go down and boil it all down to just boring facts and figures. Whereas it didn't really keep the majesty of it, but it's still a good talk. A lot of hours spent, So, as I said, mate, who you be?
I'm Grayson. I was a colleague of the professor. I'm a scribe at the university. That's why I was just checking, see if he had any of my books in here.
I've
made a few of them over the years.
That's good. Let's see now. Who shall we next point at?
Ilfrin is sitting up in a corner. He's finally dropped his hood. He has right now his cloak seems to be a long black cloak with a clasp that has a mask on it. And he's pulled his little prayer book out and he's reading. He's listening to your conversations, but he's not interrupting.
And there's a very slight bit of swagger as Kelmorn shuffles his way over, just with the effort of a bigger man. You sir. Got a feeling with a shared slight point of the ear you might have overheard. Not seen you before. Can I get your name?
I'm going to point out Ilfrin is 5'1" and 100 pounds, so he's a tiny guy.
Yeah, typical drow height. Whereas Kelmorn is perfectly normal. He's 5'11", 210.
He looks up, Ilfrin.
Ilfrin, nice to see you.
I met our joint acquaintance researching a incident in one of the forests.
So you were also
he-
a professional contact.
Yes, although we did make our acquaintances to a more friendly basis. Occasionally we'd swap stories. He had particular interest in some things that I had knowledge of.
That's good, that's good, that's good. You've got the look of a man of the wild about you. Well, of a carefully monitored wild.
I do follow the druidic arts.
Ah, excellent, excellent. I've always found that the druids can be a little bit more, like a ranger's a lovely sort, doing fine work and all, but those who are a bit more in tune magically with it, they've got a bit more of an artistry about the life they lead. Could definitely see having a
Actually-
good wee convo with you over a nice wee brew.
I do
Will admit-
remember. I do remember my father talking about you. Did you actually get your problem with this? What was this? Tree rot, I think. Did that
Yes.
actually get fixed?
It did. It took a little bit of extra effort, but between the documents that your father acquired and some other expertise that I had, it was solved. Quite thankfully, it saved a decent little growth.
That's good to hear.
He gives a very polite nod.
Well, nice to meet you, Ilfrin, and let's see now who's left in the room here.
Actually, Sybil, how have you been since you left? It's been a while since I've seen you.
Well, it took a bit while to get back for obvious reasons.
Yeah,
But
I know.
don't look so glum. I've just been studying a lot, and the libraries have proven a bit easier to handle, but what can I say? The adventuring spirit still burns bright.
You look
Yeah.
every bit the woman I saw those 20
Still-
years ago.
Still not satisfied with just a regular wooden leg, aren't you?
No.
Yeah.
Because what if that gets cut off halfway in the fight? This way,
Yeah.
at least I know I can work myself around my staff a bit.
It is
Did
a
you
wee bit
visit-
disappointing. That one were
the
almost me
way-
favourite.
By the way, did you visit the Artificers in Lepidstadt University? I've heard
Mhm.
they do have some research going on there, but yeah. I
I've got the
haven't been there
notes,
in
and
a while.
I've got the notes. I've been looking them over. And
Huh.
it will still take time, but we'll see. And if not, I'm just as capable. Well, no, not just as capable, but I can still pull my weight.
Yeah. Well, don't risk your life without need to. I already lost a father. I don't want to lose you as well.
Aw.
That goes for you too, Johnny.
Thank you, Kendra. I'll do what I can to stay alive.
And
Right.
still haven't grown a new beard, I see.
It feels wrong. Regulation, blah blah blah. You know.
He'll do what he can to stay alive. It's a pan character. I call bullshit on that statement.
Ilfrin crinkles his nose.
So during all this, there's a 3-foot gnome
Yeah.
doing his best to insist that he's in fact a normal-sized person through all gesture and behavior, while straining to read all of the books on, like, the spines of the books on the shelves. Like, he wasn't a necromancer, was he? He wasn't holding out on me.
Need me to get that for you? You look.
To make me a history check to see what the books are.
A what check?
If you recognize any of the titles.
A history check.
Find the book.
If you ask Grayson nicely, he'll get the book for you. It's no bother at all.
You watch him back away from the shelf as he tries to look at the other ones because he's not going to pull out a chair or a stool.
Yeah, you gather enough that the books on there are not any necromancy books. They're mostly just stories and scientific books about herbalism, some of them about undead, but more about stories of them and other more scientific works, but as well, yeah, some fairy tales too, but nothing that actually deals with necromancy per se. Some general treatise on magic too. He did know the odd spell, even if he wasn't a proper wizard, as one would say. But yeah, no necromancy books.
Okay.
You can put your mind at ease.
Unless he's just keeping all that in his private study.
It must have been elsewhere.
Yeah.
But still, Kendra comes up to you as well. I am not sure. Who are you again?
Oh, he used to avail himself of my knowledge of the histories of the realm to confirm some of his discoveries. We would exchange information time to time.
Ah, I see. You are Palabar Pog then, I believe?
Yes.
Yeah. One of the more unfamiliar names to me. The Testament.
That really strikes him. He seems hurt physically when you say unfamiliar names.
I mean, yeah. Not entirely unfamiliar, but less familiar than with Johnny and
I know it's totally deserved, but
yeah.
this is what is important to him.
You don't have the benefit of being a drow.
Yeah, the drow was indeed memorable, even
Speaking
if
of
you two haven't really met before.
Mhm.
But yeah, Corvus said he's back soon.
I guess Johnny will just introduce himself to everyone, walk around, shake everyone's hand. Hey, hello, I'm Johnny. Hello again, Sybil. Hello, I'm Johnny.
You notice
good to see you again.
Ilfrin will shake your hand, but barely.
Barely. It's a druid joke.
Very poor one.
Oh.
If you say that out loud, he will respond, a very poor one.
No, because that's describing something not.
But yeah, I'm just waiting for Corvus now. So
Ilfrin, he's paying attention, but he's clearly flipping through a little book that he brought with him.
his own book.
Yeah, it's a prayer book.
The professor sure kept some varied company, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Seems that way.
Well, he
He's
traveled the
talked with
world.
many people over the course of his life. And I believe a few of you have probably met him in Lepidstadt, in the university, from the sounds of it. Do you know each other, perchance? I mean, I know Sybil and Johnny know each other, but the others?
Grayson just looks around the room.
I'm back in play.
No, nothing.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
There's this weird dog thing. I don't know what that is. It's just weird. Everything's weird.
Hey, Grayson, you ever read a book about protein?
All right.
What's protein?
You ever eaten a book?
Well,
I don't believe so.
I read a book once. It was red.
Now that Corvus is back, there is a knock at the door. Kendra moves to open it and lets someone else inside.
My hood goes
Is
back up.
someone you've seen actually at the graveyard? It is Councilman Halfmount.
He looks
this one looks-
trustworthy.
Here.
This one looks slightly more human.
Slightly. He probably has some ogre in his ancestry.
Just only in the middle chin.
Well, he is also finely dressed, therefore trustworthy. Come in.
And yes, I presume everyone is here for the reading of the last will and testament.
Well, it was mainly to see him off, but
Who is here? That was Draven. No last name? Is that right?
No last name.
All right. We have Sybil Gineas. Yeah. Yeah, right. I do know this one. That's not hard to miss. Grayson Wistzark, who is that?
And he'll raise a hand slightly.
All right.
Ilfrin Nil Ragnar.
Thank you. Yes. Hey, good. That's one. Kelmorn Hessel.
yes, aye, sir.
All right. Johnny Ready-Made. What kind of name is that?
I have it legally changed. Yeah.
It's because he's an inferior dwarf.
Is that the character saying that, or is that Metaltread saying that?
It's like, changed from what?
See, dwarves are fours artisanally. He was ready-made.
Yep.
Just pushed out in the assembly line, mass production.
That's gross.
And Palabar Pog. That would be you, I suppose. And points at him.
The camera turns
The
down
gnome.
to find him. Yeah.
Yeah. And Kendra, of course. All right. Let's get this over with then. And he pulls out a scroll case which is sealed with a wax seal, and settles in on a couch with a small table there.
And for some reason, a bucket full of boots.
Yeah. He shows the unbroken seal before breaking it himself, and what fucking word? And spills the contents onto the table, which is one scroll, of course, and a small iron key. He ignores the key and unfurls the scroll to start reading it. I, Petros Lorimor, being of sound mind, do hereby commit to this parchment my last will and testament. Let it be known that, with the exception of the specific details below, I leave my home and personal belongings entire to my daughter Kendra. Use them or sell them as you see fit, my child. Yet, beyond the bequeathing of my personal effects, this document must serve other needs. I have arranged for the reading of this document to be delayed until all principals can be in attendance, for I have more than a mere inheritance to apportion. I have two final favors to ask. To my old friends, I hate to impose upon you all, but there are few others who are capable of appreciating the true significance of what it is I have to ask. As some of you know, I have devoted many of my studies to all manner of evil, that I might know the enemy and inform those better positioned to stand against it. For knowledge of one's enemy is the surest path to victory over its plans. And so, over the course of my lifetime, I have seen fit to acquire a significant collection of valuable but dangerous tomes, any one of which, in the wrong circumstances, could have led to an awkward legal situation. While the majority of these tomes remain safe under lock and key at the Lepidstadt University, I fear that a few I have buried remain in a trunk in my Ravengrow home. While invaluable for my work in life, in death I would prefer not to burden my daughter with the darker side of my profession, or worse still, the danger of possessing these tomes herself. As such, I am entrusting my chest of tomes to you posthumously, I ask that you please deliver the collection to my colleagues at the University of Lepidstadt, who will put them to good use for the betterment of the cause. Yet before you leave for Lepidstadt, there is the matter of another favor. Please delay your journey 1 month and spend that period of time here in Ravengrow to ensure that my daughter is safe and sound. She has no one to count on now that I'm gone, and if you would aid her in setting things in order for whatever she desires over the course of this month, you would have my eternal gratitude. From my savings, I have also willed each of you a sum of 100 platinum coins. For safekeeping, I have left these funds with Embreth Daramid, one of my most trusted friends in Lepidstadt. She has been instructed to issue this payment upon the safe delivery of the borrowed tomes no sooner than 1 month after the date of the reading of this will. I, Petros Lorimore, hereby sign this will in Ravengrow on this first day of Glystril in the year 4507.
Ooh. Well, that's a wee bit of a toll. I mean, a whole month in one
Alright.
location, that's a big ask.
Oh, that's more money than I've seen in a long time.
What kind of...
Kendra nods thankfully at the councilman, who picks up, actually he leaves the scroll there and walks out of the room and goes on his way after a brief farewell again. And Kendra herself does seem a bit shaken now again. Well, not shaken, but a bit crestfallen. Sits down as well, picks up the will again, stares at it for a while, ignores the key as well.
Finds the small print after I studied the dark arts, and then very fine print just says, and they had some good ideas.
Yeah. It's more like the last thing, one of the last things her father has written for her.
It's all hitting her again.
Yeah.
Grayson will go over to her. Why don't we just this takes time. Would you like to go get some tea?
Yes, some tea would be nice. Yeah.
And they will go get tea.
Please make some teas in the kitchen.
Anybody else?
Please.
Might as well.
I wouldn't say no to a cup.
All right. I'll just make a big pot.
I'll give you a hand if you need it.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we should.
Contemplating a bit longer. Of course, you can stay at the house. It is quite big. I have plenty of bedrooms. There should be one for each one of you. If you do wish to stay, as my father asked.
Wouldn't say no to a request from him. On deathbed, or if he were still full of life.
I don't see a reason why I shouldn't say. I suppose I could work on the garden soon.
I'd have to make arrangements with the university. My absence for such a time that might be stretching it.
I need another extension.
I am sure you can send a letter there. We do have some postal services. They may not be the quickest, but we do manage to get letters from here to other cities.
I could always ask a little bird to take the letter for you.
You get the feeling that it's almost the possible loss of renown by not physically being present that he's more concerned about than any actual task that has to be done there.
But more importantly, he's getting the shakes on hearing forbidden tomes in a locked chest.
They were elsewhere.
I love it though, because he's worried about the university. On the flip side, Grayson's like, "Ooh, free vacation." If you
Finally
go in there,
out of there.
Like, he's like brewing the tea, but he's not using the stove. There's just a flame on the end of his. There's a flame on the end of his sword. You know,
On the end of his weasel.
there.
Yep.
Yeah. He's totally like, yeah, you know. And the university's probably like, yeah, fuck, he's gonna be gone for a whole month. Thank Christ.
Yeah, the university is only a few days away.
was gonna say it has to be close, but still. He's not on
So-
campus. Party!
It
So
says
where are
about
these tomes?
100 miles.
How will this affect my tenure? Gone for a month.
Yeah, 100 miles. Not quite sure how long that would take because I have no fucking clue how long miles are.
2
I'd love
kilometers.
to do something, but he's got tenure.
Yeah. But let's say it's a bit less of a week travel.
It's you said 100 miles?
Yeah.
Well, walking speed is 3 to 4 miles per hour.
It also says it goes through. Where was that?
Yeah, it's not just a smooth travel in a straight line.
An old
Yeah.
mountain road. It's generally risky.
So generally probably 2 miles an hour.
Yeah. So probably no real.
Yeah, we'll say a week.
Not
That's easy.
exactly an easy
Yeah.
way there. But yeah, a couple days.
So where are these tomes located right now?
Ah.
I'd assume in his own personal study. Then again, he did say he was in the
Yeah.
grounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get the chest. One moment. I know where it is. She
I just want to make sure we keep an eye
wanders
on
off
it.
and eventually returns with a small chest made of oak and iron, and sets it down on the table. And here it is. You can open it. He gave the key to you after all.
I go to open
She
it.
looks kind of nervous about it.
What a shock! Rena's the first one to pry it open.
And a bunch of spirits spew from the chest, killing you instantly.
And her character just does biting motions in the air, trying to get them. I want that forbidden knowledge, all of it. Bring me the curses.
But
Even as a druid, what the fuck, man?
no
You should
such
be
thing
practical.
happens. The chest is perfectly safe. No poison
Exactly.
needles, no explosives.
He wasn't a wizard, don't forget.
Explosives.
He's an acolyte and a druid. That's it.
You hear from the other room of the kitchen, I heard that.
Yeah, there are inside the chest there are some old tomes and one fairly new one. And it does have a note on it that reads, "Read me now." With an
I read that.
exclamation mark.
I set that aside.
Oh, that's what I go with
Yeah.
immediately. All right, let me look in this.
Yeah,
Looks like a
this
Can't
one,
be anything important there. Let's start reading these.
This
These
one
books are cursed.
looks like a personal journal of the good professor. And the other three are
Sliding into Pog's bag.
Oh, no, he's keeping a right close eye on that.
Those
There is no
are-
known fingers.
Unverified Madness, then Serving Your Hunger, The Umbral Leaves, and the Manual of the Order of the Palatine Eye.
These on vampires? He starts reading in the journal to see what the journal says.
Does the order of the
Palatine eyes.
does that
No,
is that
there's
familiar to
no
anybody?
There's no particular order. So you're basically ignoring the other books for now and just starting with the journal.
The thing,
I
the
take
thing
it.
that said "read me now." I can follow directions.
Aye, well,
Yeah.
no shocker. We never discussed these ones.
All right. What's that again? Yeah. So as you open this journal, you see it is actually journal chests with various entries, and a few of them are actually circled. And these are here for you to read at your leisure.
"10 years ago, the Whispering Way is more than just a cabal of necromancers. I see that now. Undeath is their fountain of youth. Uncovering their motivation does not place me at ease as I thought it might. Their desire to be eternal simply make them more dangerous. 3 months ago, it is as I had feared. The Way is interested in something here in Ravengrow, but what could it be? A month ago. Whatever way seeks. I am now convinced their goal is connected to the Harrowstone. In retrospect, I suppose it all makes sense. God, these are terrible S's.
Yeah.
The stories they tell about the ruins in town are certainly chilling enough. There may be time to investigate the ruins, but with everyone in town already being so worked up about them, I'd rather not let the others know about my curiosity. There's a plenty of folks hereabouts who already think I'm a demonologist or a witch or something, ignorant fools. 20 days ago. It is confirmed. The Way seems quite interested in something. No, strike that. Someone who was held in Harrowstone. But who, specifically, is the Way after? I need a list of everyone who died the night of a fire. Everyone. The Temple of Pharasma must have such a list. 18 days ago. I see now just how ill-prepared I was when I last set out for the Harrowstone. Ugh. I am lucky to have returned at all. The ghosts, if indeed they were ghosts, for I did not find it prudent to investigate further, prevented me from transcribing the strange symbols I found etched along the foundation. Hopefully on my next visit I'll be more prepared. Thankfully, the necessary tools to defend against spirits are already here in Ravengrow. I know that the Church of Pharasma used to store him in a false crypt in the...
Restlands.
Yeah, Restlands, I guess.
Yeah.
At the intersection between Eversleep and the Black Path. I am not certain if the current clergy even know of what their predecessors have hidden down below. If my luck holds, I should be able to slip in and out with a few borrowed items. 17 days ago. Tomorrow evening I return to the prison. It is imperative the Way does not finish. My caution has already cost me too much. I am not sure what will happen if I am too late, but if my theory is right, the entire town could be at risk. I don't have time to update my will, so I'll leave this in the chest, where it'll be sure to be found, should the worst come to pass. Player handout number 1.
I
I
would've-
actually copied that out for you in the collective player notes, so you can read it more easily.
Harrowstone, that's what it says at the bottom of this map we're on.
Yes, Harrowstone. It is actually a ruin of an old prison.
The Way. The Way?
Do you know the Way?
Do you, do you know the Way?
No.
So I would definitely relay this information to our friends immediately.
Well, I mean, why not? Let's just make it diegetic. Kelmorn reads it out.
Okay, because you're not going to get a hold of the book. That's why Ilfrin's reading it.
I'm looking over your shoulder. You're tiny.
I will
he's going to be very
also-
tempted to bop you.
I will also note, that the day of the professor's death was actually 17 days ago. So the entry was basically on the same day as his death. Or the day after, maybe.
How did he die?
Yeah, what did they say he died of?
Kendra piped up at the question. Well, I don't actually know for sure. But he was found at Harrowstone with his... Well, I believe part of the wall broke off and fell onto his face, and his
So
face
he was
not
murdered.
pretty to look at.
That explains the closed casket.
So he was murdered. All right, we've got that established now.
You could be a wee bit gentler with the girl. I'm afraid something nefarious has gone down as investigations.
I was...
Think he was murdered? I'm
He
not
was
sure.
clearly murdered.
From the dialogue on this, it does look like he was interfering with people who would have been quite vengeful.
Yeah. Well.
So,
I
who
don't
among
know
us
anything
is...
about it, really. So, but I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest.
Well, it is. This is definitely something we'll have to follow up on.
I suppose theoretically our first option would be to acquire what he mentioned to ward off the ghosts and then go check out Harrowstone ourselves.
Unless he had it on his person to begin with. Was there any additional effects when he was brought back?
No, I don't think so. I wasn't the one who found him.
No.
He was just...
You know who were?
Yeah. I don't even know what he was doing up there in Harrowstone.
That would be very
But to be
inconvenient.
fair, he didn't tell me all that much about studies at all.
He kept you in the
Wanted me
dark a
to
wee
keep
bit
out of
just
it.
to protect you.
Yes,
If
that
it came
sounds
to
like
having
him.
to, oh, sorry. If it came to having to dig back up his body, that would be very convenient after having professed not to be necromancers ourselves or having any involvement with necromancy.
Would be a mite awkward, aye. Suppose we'd have to. I mean, we're not going to do, but I suppose if we had to, you'd time it when the pubs are open. No, it's more likely if there were anything on him that was important that was taken off his body before he got shipped back.
If you left the letter in the chest here to be found, it surely would lead to wherever it would be.
Well, we've got the prison to consider ourselves.
Are you going to take a look at the other books as well, or ignore them for now?
I'll do a cursory glance to see if there's anything that catches my eye.
All right. 3 of them do have notes attached to them that say they should be delivered to a certain Montagny Crowell, a professor of antiquities at the Lepidstadt University. And the 4th, the Manual of the Order of the Palatine Eye, should be brought to Embrev Daramid, a judge in Lepidstadt. And it also says that this last one should be delivered discreetly and includes the home address of Judge Embrev's house. These
Well,
books,
this one sounds like a view for you, Draven. A job for you, Draven.
the first 3 books, on a cursory glance, on Verified Madness, that is a treatise about aberration and other entities that are tied to the Blind Eternities, the Void, the Dark Tapestry, whatever you call it. Then there's Serving Your Hunger, which is a copy of an unholy book from about the goddess Urgathor, which is an undead goddess, a goddess of the undead. And Umbral Leaves is a lexicon with a translation. This lexicon is a translation into the common of the unholy book of Zon Kuthon. Zon Kuthon is basically a BDSM guy with lots of chains, whips, lots of pain, and yeah, unpleasant fellow. And the 4th one, the one that should be delivered separately, the Manual of the Order of the Palatine Eye. That one actually has a breast scarab set on the center that actually locks the book, and you can't open it unless you have a key for the lock or try to break it. Do you wish to do any of that?
I mean, the key would be the better option. I don't want to break anything.
Yeah, there is no key around.
We better wait. Unless, does anybody here have a lockpick set?
I do.
How
Would you
very
like to give it a
gauche.
try? Again, you get a look, Calabar. You get a look from the drow that's less than flattering.
Oh gosh, I have a man who does that. You use the
Looking
tools
into
yourself?
things.
You used to have a guy for that, dick.
I will ask Kendra, is it okay if I pick this lock?
I suppose. It's... you can certainly try, but it is not my book, as I said. I don't know if the one you want to deliver it, you have to deliver it to, would be displeased with it. As I mentioned, I don't know anything about my father's work.
I turn to everybody else. What do you think?
Not entirely sure if there's much worth in the book.
Yeah, do we need to
Prudent.
read it right now?
Prudence says one should still your hand and deliver it to the person who is indicated by the will, but that he chose not to deliver it to me and insist upon someone else, someone of lesser standing. I don't know.
I leave it locked.
And Grayson's just giving you the biggest side eye, right?
I like to
It's kind of-
imagine that when he said lesser status, he was looking at you, Grayson.
Yes. But it's not even a side eye because you're so short, so it's kind of like a diagonal eye.
By the way, you can also all give me a history check. Maybe you know something.
I work at the university. Can I have advantage?
No.
Calabar, I know more than you do.
That's intended.
Yeah.
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 You know more than him, which is absolutely nothing.
Oh, shit.
This seems a very obscure thing to you all.
What is that roll? Come on, dice. A 10, a 12, and we're good at history? What the hell?
I got an 18.
I get an 8. Damn drow.
Yeah.
Damn these drow elves.
You say that every time.
Yep.
Well, it is getting late. I think I will head to bed soon. Please come with me. I'll show you to your rooms. Are there any preference for your rooms?
Kelmorn
The
gives a
darkest
glance at
room
Sybil.
possible.
What was that? There were two talking at the same time now.
Kelmorn gives a
Go
glance
first.
at Sybil.
Any preferences for rooms? Well, I mean, Sybil would have had her own room in the residence.
Mm-hmm.
Already, an own
Yeah.
room.
I do have one, I just don't know if I should speak it aloud.
There are enough bedrooms, so each of you can get their own one. It's more
I
like,
don't think that's the issue.
does any one of you
He's try-
want to...
Is there anything
Yeah.
to be had on the first floor? Stairs are so tiring.
Oh, jeez.
First floor or ground floor?
Ground floor. Yes.
Ground floor, yeah. There is.
Damn Europeans.
Yeah.
I will just take whatever the darkest room possible is.
I'm
That would
honestly
be
shocked.
the one in the basement.
That'll work for me.
All right. You get a room in the basement. It's not the most... It's not the best furnished one, but it is dark. And it does have a bed.
God,
That's all that
dark elves are
matters.
so cringe.
Feels like
Dravern
home.
will just take any room. If someone
Oh.
prefers like a room that's, I guess, more luxurious, they can have it. He's just fine with a bed.
Alright, so Drow goes in the basement.
Probably something within
Connie
earshot
and
of Kendra's
Sybil
room.
go into their old rooms, which are, reasonably well furnished. And the others just go wherever, then.
Yes, Kelmorn goes with a bottle of wine into Sybil's room.
Well, to be fair, he probably won't be doing much sleeping and will instead be in the back garden for a lot of the night.
Alright.
Probably cursing about how horribly organized this is.
It is reasonably well organized. And you actually recognize a bunch of plants that can be used for alchemy. So, yeah. There's that.
Oh, I will make a note of that. But I'll still complain that it's horribly unorganized and try to get things
Yes,
a
it
little
is
bit
not
nicer.
organized and natural enough.
Mhm.
There's not enough chaos
Oh, no,
in this
oh, no.
organization.
He very much actually does do. He likes actual organization. So he
Alright.
will be very, very annoyed with it.
He's a renegade among his druid types. He likes hedgerows.
Yeah, so Pedro is going to be in the backyard, gardening, and everyone else. Just to
Javin.
sleep, or is there anything else you want to do?
Javin will just stay near. Is there a fireplace or anything?
Yeah, there is a fireplace.
He'd like to just stay out, lounge around.
All right.
There is some quiet, chill trumpeting through the halls before Kelmorn finds a room.
Drink himself into a coma.
Are you a one-man band type of thing?
Yes!
Or...
I have
Jesus
3
Christ.
instruments on me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Correction, 4.
2 20s and a 19.
Jeez.
And he's playing all of them at
Yes.
once. At midnight.
No, just quietly, just a little meandering background music before slipping into Sybil's chambers.
You can't play a trumpet quietly.
You can, there's a
That is
muffler.
true.
Muffler. No, somebody stole your cat off the bottom.
No, generally, that's one of the things you can do, is there's just... You put in a muffler to dampen the sound of it. Yeah.
So I take it
But
Sybil
that takes another
and-
hand. You don't have that many hands.
Sybil
I only have
and
one.
Kelmon have actually known each other before?
Just about to get to that.
Alright.
Well, I didn't want to grab the oldest. I just found a nice little, nice wee medium vintage to make use of. You fancy a glass?
There's a bunch of good wine here also. In the wine cabinet.
You fancy a glass tonight?
Yeah, sure.
Didn't I think, a whole month? We haven't had that much time together for a couple of years now.
Well, after what happened, I needed to step back, and thus traveling was a little bit harder.
I've missed you deeply. Mind you, I've always missed you. Hasn't changed any bit, but you're still looking pretty much 3 steps past divine. But, I mean, it's a terrible reason to come together again. So it's good to see you, but at Patrus's, at his cost.
Mm,
And now there's nefariousness in the air about it.
was usually the way.
Put a fellowship
One
just...
thing,
Go on.
one thing would lead to another, and then there was someone in a bathrobe threatening to raise the undead.
It's tragical. Should have just slept through it. I use
Oh,
it for-
but then where's the fun in that?
Well, I mean, for his case, it should have just been nice little bit of study, a warm fire, and then just pass away nice and peacefully.
True.
But I can't say I'm not a wee bit on the got a wee bit of a beat in the heart, a wee bit of a twinkle in the ears. There is an adventure in this, there's a story.
That's why I'm here. I had a feeling you'd be.
And it has been so many years since we've stepped out.
Well, we're definitely going to enjoy this one.
As you know, but I've swore it to several times, and a few times there's been a ring, sometimes there's just been a glass of wine, and once I do recall that there was a pig. That was... I admit I was a wee bit Welsh on that there, but I'd still say I was a good gift. That's a lot of ham. I feel that could be an appropriate gift for a... But, if you need any any assistance whatsoever, I will be right by you.
I appreciate it. And I will, for now, I can still get around and I can still fight.
Can I wait to see that? Although what I
Uh,
did say had almost the tone of a farewell, but I'm looking for a more familiar place to lay my head than some errant pillow in an old mansion.
mm, hmm.
Oh, that's not good. You're having to decide on things now.
Uh, Perhaps in the future. Well, I'm not too proud of how I am. So I'm
I
proud
just,
of where I've gotten with it, but you understand.
I do. I'm inwardly furious about it. I'm pining. I'm concocting a whole new dirge in my head about a new song I can produce about how the Dusk Kiss Maiden has jilted me and thrown me asunder. But in all reasonable terms, I understand, Lovell. Leave you a bottle? Alright, we'll have a good
Hmm?
night then. I'll go find somewhere to
Thank
put my head.
you. Hope it's a restful place.
Huh. You do find an unoccupied room.
After knocking at 4 or 5 of them.
Oh well, Kendra would have also made you all something to eat for dinner, so you don't have to go to sleep on an empty stomach.
Oh, why did that go there?
She can cook, and it tastes good actually. So, yeah. Anyway,
come along.
in the morning, as you all wake up and start heading out, there's a bit of a commotion outside, and people running southwest to the river, and there's something going on. They don't really know what, but there are more and more people going there. Are you going
Well,
there as well? Or anyone
seems
wants to
like worth a
investigate?
look. Yeah, I'm running with him.
Yep, still scooping up soup
Same.
while running.
Alright. You. Anyone who wants to come with, at least? We'll go to the Harrowstone Memorial, where a bit of a crowd has gathered.
Well,
And on the foot of the statue, it's actually a pretty big statue of a man. And at the base of the statue is in blood written a large letter, the letter V. And the crowd around it is quite surprised, nervous, whispers amongst each other, "What's that? Who was that? That's a desecration. Who would be blasphemous? I'm sure that some necromancer around again. Are those the new people? That's the strangers? Or what's happened?"
I can't sleep.
No, some of them giving you strange looks, but not all of them.
I use my verbal
Yeah.
components for sleep. Ooga booga!
But yes, you see there, at the foot of the statue, is a large bloody V.
Well, that's not
Oh
good.
shit! It looks like we've got a wild Hugo weaving.
Hey, any kind of Hugo weaving is fucking wild.
This clearly needs to be cleaned up.
I don't think any of us have a name that starts with V.
It would be nice to clean it up.
I'm also keeping my hood down again, and yeah, I'm gonna just start trying to clean it up.
Alright.
Grayson is going to stop you for a second.
We need a distraction. Mage hand, pull off the hood. It's a drow. Get them.
There doesn't seem to be
Oh.
any town guards or anything there yet. Constables. That's that sort of.
Is there? Oh,
thing.
fuck. I was gonna say, is there anything else? Nope, just a big V, huh? Okay.
Yeah, there's just a big V written in blood.
We should let the guard investigate.
I'm actually going to mention. Can I investigate
Yeah.
to see? Oh wait, no, everybody's there, so it wouldn't be hard to see.
Yeah,
who actually
there's
did
a
it.
bunch of people who have ruined any tracks that might have been there once.
Ugh. Yeah.
Actually, now I have the description here again. It's a 20-foot tall, moss-covered stone statue that overlooks the river. The statue depicts a proud, muscular human man, dressed in leathers and wielding a truncheon. It's a depiction of Warden Harkron, as a plague says. The warden of Harrowstone, which has died. He and 25 others have died in the Harrowstone fire, which was 50 years ago. And this memorial has been placed there to remember them. Well, memorial. To do memorial things.
Is this clicking bell, alarm bells, and anybody else?
Yeah, didn't Lorimore mention the fire?
Hmm.
Oh boy.
But yeah, are you doing anything?
I'm just gonna start cleaning this up.
Hold on, hold on.
As you're cleaning it though, or as you, I guess, move to do it, is there any reaction from the crowd?
They ask you to stop for a moment. So, wait, you should let. Where was it? Wait, you should let Benjamin Keller take a look at it. The sheriff of the town.
Very
Yeah,
well, we'll bring him.
Form an
Yeah.
orderly circle,
It's-
everybody. Nobody get too close.
It takes a few more minutes, but eventually he arrives as well. Actually, I have. I'll post it in the tabletop. This is the guy. Benjamin Keller. He comes up, gives you all a scrutinizing look, but not particularly hostile, for investigating the "we" written on the statue. Grumbles about himself. I see. Strange.
While he's investigating, I just want to keep an eye on the crowd gathered. I'm looking for, I guess, anything suspicious. Are they interested in how it's being cleaned, or?
Nah, they're mostly just looking confused, a bit scared maybe. Because, well, why the fuck would someone write a bloody letter on a statue?
And we already know these people are superstitious. So,
Yeah. But they don't seem overly hostile or anything. It's mostly just, oh my god, what the fuck is happening? Bad things. Do not want. This should not
Not
happen.
like last time. They're not trying to kill us.
Yeah, never happened before. But eventually, the Sheriff Keller finishes his investigations. Can't really tell much of anything about this. That's the first time that's happened. Well, let's see if it happens again, I guess. But otherwise, I can't do much. You can start
Certainly hope it doesn't.
cleaning it up now. I think you were doing that before. At least looks like it.
Correct. And yes, I go to start cleaning it up properly.
Well, have a good one. And starts wandering
well.
off again.
And Grayson's just over in the corner. You see him kind of counting on his hand. It's like, words that start with V. Violin, viola. What could it be?
Victim.
Victim.
Vinegar.
Aha! She puts it in all her recipes. I knew it.
I know what it is. It's violence.
But yeah.
He woke up in the morning and found violence.
As Johnny just says out loud, you know, it's weird. None of this happened until we showed up.
Oh, God.
Are you dumb?
Of course he doesn't say it.
Okay, good.
I don't know.
'cause
He
otherwise-
might.
Besides, I said Johnny says it.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. You say he doesn't say that, but it's like he might.
No, this is not a typical Pan character. This is a serious character.
Yep.
Famous last words. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Can he avoid it? Can he not be a dick to any NPC he meets? Remember that child you mocked because they had a job? You just shit on his entire life?
Well, it was kind of a shitty job.
Oh no, you see
Waiting
that's the
for
thing.
Johnny
All of the children do that. So even your lot did that at some point.
We're all complicit pieces of shit. Yeah, that makes it better.
No, we had no idea that was happening. Entirely Lou's own doing, just for no fucking reason. But yes, back to the scene.
Yes.
V for
You
Vendetta
are-
is loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I go to clean that up.
Maybe it's a happy sign. Maybe it's just V for victory, you know?
Yeah. Well, unless you clean it,
Yeah, victory. Yeah, it's
No, it's
as
PETA.
you
It's
clean
B
it
for
up,
vegan.
the people slowly start to disperse, leaving you alone.
Does
God,
it seem like
vegans.
it's animal blood or people blood?
People are animals deep down.
vegans. The only thing worse than necromancers. Oh God.
Wow.
Is there some way to distinguish between, let's say,
Taste.
cow blood and human blood? Or
The
something like
protein
that?
is
He's gonna-
different. I mean, you could do a chemical test, but I mean,
Yeah, nothing you're gonna
not
do
from
with
just
fingers
looking
or
at it,
eyes.
tasting it, anything.
I mean,
Yeah.
magic. You go.
Yeah, no. It's blood.
Can I cast
That's better.
identify on the blood?
It's not magical.
I know. It's like, damn it, this spell is useless. It doesn't identify shit.
I mean, it might if it's magical.
And
I
yeah,
think there's a
no,
lot of
it's-
magical shit.
It's just blood. Not even detect magic detects anything.
There's a quest. Find
try
the
it.
golden unicorn turd.
Does this seem like a religious ritual or a message?
You can't really tell, but doesn't seem to have anything religious about it. It's just a V.
Is it flammable?
No, it is blood.
Okay. It doesn't flam. We know that much. Okay.
It is most certainly blood. You can tell that much. With all the natural properties of blood.
This is why I
Very
stayed up.
astute.
This is why I stayed out of the scene. It's fun to watch the process, isn't it?
Shut up. You already get to do this as a DM. Screw you.
If Sybil's not there, Kelmore's not there.
I'm just waking up.
Of course you are.
Well, he's waking up from his first initial sleep, and there's the nap afterwards to miss the
He's
first
not a
couple of
halfling.
classes. No, but it's the fact he's a
And
college
making
student.
breakfast.
Oh, okay.
A bad one, too.
And the crocodile with the weird eyes is just chilling in the river.
That's a big crocodile.
I'm gonna
Yeah, I've
rat
seen
We'll say,
bigger.
is that actually there?
No, it is not.
Okay, good. I was about to say, otherwise Elfrin's going to be like, does nobody notice the elephant in the room?
It's not that big a crocodile, it's just the head
I don't
is
know.
enlarged.
We're pretty far away. We're a couple 100 feet away from that, and there's some buildings in the way.
It's part of the village. It belongs here.
A Hellmaw has opened in the middle of town.
Where are we, Phoenix?
Everyone casually uses it to dispose of their refuse.
I mean, yeah.
So, anything else you're doing?
Listening to see if it sounds like anybody actually knows anything or if everybody's just as dumb as they sound.
Nah, they seem all pretty... Yeah, surprised. Yeah, surprised fits probably the best. Surprised, a bit
The
of shock.
crowd just dispersed naturally, like no one
Yeah,
really
after
hung
it was
around.
cleaned up.
Okay.
I mean, a few of them are still coming after to take a look, but when they see that there's nothing there, but you all standing around the statue, they
They start to get suspicious of us instead.
go away eventually.
I'm going to return to the house and double check that all the books are there, just because I'm paranoid now.
Yes, all the books are still there.
Good.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I would go back to the house because what's the point staying here?
Yeah, Johnny's gonna set up he's gonna try to guard the hallway in front of Kendra's room, keeping an eye out.
Yeah, morning started
Find the
early for you
comfiest
lot.
chair.
Cup of tea?
Yes,
Sure,
please.
We just checked out the statue that was vandalized with blood.
All right.
Any particular symbolism?
A V
You
on the
sure-
statue of a guy who died on the night of the fire, which was mentioned in our friend's book.
Now, are you sure it was a V? It wasn't just like an unfinished M.
He gives you a very hard stare, which implies it was a very stupid question to ask.
Elmorn is just
It could have
grinning.
been a
He
W.
knows. Could have been an N.
I wander past in a nightshirt on my way to get some tea. What's this about a bleeding statue?
And no blood on
No.
the statue.
Oh, far less interesting.
Yeah, but it was also done when no one can see and in a place where it was meant to be seen.
Certainly an incitement. You know, it's meant to cause a bit of panic, confusion, perhaps be a sign. Not really sure what the meaning is, though.
Mighty poor sign, then.
Well, it might have cultural or local significance. Myself, I'm not from this land.
It could also be a sign specifically to others who are in the know, in which case it's an excellent sign. That's what secret signs are for. They're secret.
Well, it's in the middle of town, not very secret.
The sign itself isn't secret, but what it means is secret. Are you dense?
Yes! Yes, my character is dense. That's the...
No. He's saying that out loud.
Yeah.
That's not me. That is the character. Asking if your character is dense.
To be fair, it is you and your character.
My response then is that I have many degrees.
It made degrees. Some were not even posted.
Given to you by fools, no doubt.
Well, Grayson probably know.
When Grayson's back from the laundry machine, he will be sure to know.
Well, he also goes to the university, so he'd know.
Yeah.
I don't think Grayson has any degrees.
Yeah, Grayson totally has no degrees as he's hanging up my laundry for tomorrow's work.
Whereas Johnny's just going, I've got my degree, my GED. Got 2 E's in it and 1 G.
Geed. Actually, there's an R. It's greed.
The dwarven version.
So, is there any response to just your degrees were obviously handed to you by idiots.
Well, yes, that's why I'm trying to replace them.
The idiots or the degrees?
Both.
The idiots.
One at a time.
At least he's got
I
ambition.
told you he's an idiot.
Well, I suppose the next follow-up would be...
Not you.
Well,
Sorry.
I had a little thought going there.
Apparently he didn't.
Apparently not. Got interrupted by a drow elf.
Oh, I know how that feels.
Surprisingly happens quite often. It's a very strange thing. But what I was thinking is maybe, considering this is some sort of secret sign, recognizable devotion to know, and the books we've got might be involving that there, we should probably check them for such symbology.
That would be
Ah.
logical.
Well, off yous go.
Kendra comes in with a bunch of breads and a bit of meat, something for a hearty breakfast.
Lovely selection.
Yeah. Some cheese there too, of course.
I fear this
So.
would be a foolish endeavor for the sheer number of V's found in these books.
Probably
there a
look for
control
a
F spell?
He sits down. So, what was that about the commotion?
Oh, somebody just painted a statue with blood.
What? Huh. Strange.
I know, it's a very poor pigment,
Oh no, blood will last for years.
but it doesn't hold its color.
Doesn't need to hold the colour if the symbol's the only thing that matters. A red V may not hold any different significance from a brown rusted V.
Yeah, but... Well, anyway... I suppose since you're staying for a month, do you have any particular plans how to pass the time yet?
I think we're going to be looking into this.
Aye,
You think there's more to it?
your
A lot more.
Your father turned up dead due to mysterious circumstances, and his own journal keeps track that he was pursuing someone, so that would be worth following up, aye.
Huh, I see. Well, my father did have a bit of a library of his own. If you wish, you can go there and take a look at what he had anyway, as well. But yeah.
I can also lend a hand here as well.
Thank you. That's much appreciated.
We should probably hire
Mhm.
some more security.
I'm still not quite sure if I'll keep the house or not. I mean, I've lived here in Ravengrove for a while, but...
It is a very large place. It's not a cozy wee domicile.
It's usually a quite boring city, a little town. I mean, with the... After the prison burnt down, there was not much here to draw interest from anything. It was quite a cozy town. But with
Too sleepy
how
though
things are
for...
going, with my father being accused of a necromancer, maybe I'll try to move somewhere else. Maybe I keep the house. It's...
Well, you've got a lot of years ahead of you. You don't want to be hanging about in a place that's so sleepy it's practically comatose.
True.
Get a bit of colour and life in you.
I could see if I can sell the house and buy another one elsewhere.
I mean, at least you could travel with us to the university after a month.
I suppose.
I mean, it's got to be a fair wee settlement around it.
But I do have to think about whether or not I actually want to sell the house. It is my father's house after all.
Well, it's not something to rush into.
Yeah.
You have a whole month to think of it, at least.
Well, we've got a month to stick around. You've still got more than that if you want to think about it.
Yeah,
You know, if you want
true
to
that.
rent the place, you could rent the place out. And then I've heard this place called Airbnb.
Oh my god.
God. Oh.
Someone hit him, please.
Someone tell me how much psychic damage I just took.
I'm dead.
Yeah. Campaign's over. The world was just eaten.
Was there not interest in rebuilding the prison after it burned down? Not that its previous occupants would have needed it after their
Mm,
inflammatory
Not really. There was
Expiration.
never quite any motivation for that.
Why
After
was it
burned
built here
down.
in the first place?
What?
Why was it here in the first place? Surely it was the resource of the local lord to impound people
Well,
against their will?
hmm. From what I know, it was just a prison, but the kind of prison for the worst kind of criminals.
Why ship them all the way out here?
Yeah, she knows quite a bit actually. But yeah. From what I know, it was a place where prisoners were executed a lot as well. So it was. Yeah, it was basically built to contain the worst offenders in Ustalav, and then either lock them up until the end of their life or end their lives a bit early. So yeah, it did burn out around. Did burn down around 50 years ago.
Which at least cut
It
down on
killed
repeat
all of the
offenders.
prisoners and the guards. And yeah, the warden died with them, even his wife, actually. And the warden, that's the statue where the V was painted on.
Can I just point out, this is starting to sound like the beginning of some sort of sacrificial offering.
I don't know.
I mean, any sort of really powerful magic, you end up into things with, sacrifices, particularly to gods and things.
Strange ritual that would take 50 years between the offering and the invocation.
It could be that it's not that it's a continuation of the same ritual, but it's a continuation of the same incident, where whoever did this is now still here, and they were worried that our dear friend was going to undo what they did.
I'm not sure. People do say the old Harrowstone grounds are haunted, though.
That's no surprise.
Likely if a bunch of people burned down in it.
Yeah.
Especially a vengeful sort.
Are these
Might
the same
be why
people
my
that
father
insisted?
investigated there something.
Are these the same people that insisted your father was a necromancer and then accosted us at his funeral?
No, these rumors are about everyone tells them. No one actually likes to go there. It's an eerie place. Not quite comfortable to be there. But if you want to check it out yourself, it is about an hour south of the village. It's on a small hill. You can see it. Actually, you can see it from here if you look out of the window.
We would, but we do have a lead first at the Temple of Phasma.
Right. Yes. My father's notes.
Aye, well, he spoke of some of the protect us from spirits, which the place will be rife with, so worth a wee check first on procurement.
Agreed.
Huh.
He also mentioned strange symbols etched in the foundation of the prison, so he might find our V there along with something else. So,
Well,
whereabouts would the temple be, by the way?
What?
Whereabouts would the temple be, by the way?
Ah, right. Get it. Up here. Parasma Temple.
Friendly sort?
What?
Friendly sort?
Well, Father Grimbarrow is the leader of the temple, so yeah, friendly enough.
Oh,
It's the only temple in town, though, so yeah, they do have a bit of a high opinion of themselves sometimes.
Well, I'd also like to point out, if we're looking for the bits to fight ghosts, technically is that not in the restland, not in the temple itself?
Correct.
We even have an intersection.
Correct. You can read the collective player notes again to check.
Well,
on
I did, but that's why I was commenting to the group, because I remember that. So wouldn't that be a good place to start? We could head out and see what stuff is out there.
Yeah, off we go. You ready for a wee jaunt, love?
Let's get to it.
Here, you can have my shoulder.
I have my staff.
Alright. On we go.
So to the
You should
temple or the restlands?
You should probably get dressed, short one.
Come again? I actually.
It
do you
takes
see that,
Palabar
you know?
about 15 seconds to realize you're talking to him.
I'm looking directly at you. You're still in your nightshirt. We're heading off. Come on.
He slowly sips his tea and looks up at you.
Oh, here, let me help you with that. I go to take the tea.
No. I snap my fingers and use prestidigitation to make it cold.
Oh,
Come on, lad. I'll warm it up again once you're ready.
He chugs the remainder.
I'll pick you up. I'll do it.
I could light a fire under you.
Indignant, he goes back to his room to dress. Like, no one at the university would behave in this matter.
I mean, you could ask Grayson. I'm sure he could behave in this manner.
Again with the side eye.
Hurry it up. I'm going to send someone up to help you.
I'm not that short, you know.
Didn't say anything about you, dwarf.
I'm almost 5 feet tall. Oh yeah.
You're a right lofty one. Practically eye to eye with a drow elf.
Comes the middle finger.
No, don't say it out loud. I'm just pointing that out to this player.
Yep.
And out
I've
comes
won.
her middle finger. Oh.
Right. Just twiddling the thumbs, waiting. Why am I even bothering with him?
So, are you actually going to the restlands now or the temple itself?
Wrestling's.
All right,
Yeah.
everyone? Or is someone left behind?
That's why we're waiting.
We're dragging the gnome kicking and screaming.
At the extent of patience, I finally emerge dressed. Nothing about my clothing explains why it took this long.
No, we
Oh,
know
no.
why.
We know.
Move it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1.5.
Hey, hi.
Off we go to the wrestlings.
All right.
There's a
Is it
woman
worth the
missing a
monkey
leg who moves faster than you do.
He's good with walking. She's good with walking with a stick. So yeah.
Even though she's missing a leg, she still proportionally has more leg than you.
Yeah. You arrive at the intersection mentioned in the journal. You do find the crypt that was mentioned, and there is also a lock on there that seems kind of rusty. Seems it has been actually, yeah. There's a rusty lock on there.
Just for the hell of it, I tried the iron key, but opened up the box with the books. Never know.
It does not work.
Worth a shot. Might have been a simple one. Right, you think it's alright for you, Draven?
I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
You all please also make me a history check, I guess.
Don't come to the graveyard much.
Oh, I'm dumb.
And not rolling good tonight.
Yeah, basically anyone who rolls above a 10 knows that this would be grave robbing and highly frowned upon.
No, we had it in the book
It
there.
said it was empty.
More importantly, said
Let
it was
this
a
pal
false.
mark hair.
Said it was a false crypt.
And it also mentioned that the Pharasmans have basically no idea about it. And just breaking into a crypt in the middle of the day would be considered blatant grave robbing. Without even saying anything beforehand.
Well, I did want to go to the temple first.
Is there anybody here to see?
You can take a look around.
I will look around.
Make a perception check.
Where's the? Oh, my sheet. Oh, I don't have.
I
it.
assume anyone here would make, if aware that this is, in fact, grave robbing.
You
So
said
it's
perception?
a 10. It would be a 10.
Mine's a 22.
At the moment, there seems no one in the area.
All right, I'll pick it, or at least try.
I try to be gentle about it.
Okay.
Let's all surround him and pretend to be crying.
Yes, the lock does actually open.
I take it off and open up.
Yeah, and as you do that, you also see that the lock has actually been tampered before, opened and closed again, but with alchemical means, rather.
It would be Petros's
The
handiwork.
lock, the lock itself hasn't been damaged, but the I'm not sure how it's called, the bent bar that has been melted
Okay.
and refused again.
How much do you want to bet that this might have been the cause of the whole, oh, he's a necromancer thing?
Yeah, a wee bit of that, a wee bit of other stuff, I'm sure. Alright, they've already accused us of being such a thing, so this is nothing new.
Oh, this is bog standard for me.
Right, that's not a good thing.
He points at the pointy ears and the white hair.
He points at his own pointy ears.
Yeah, yours are the right color.
Right, let's not bring that into this.
Children, please.
All right, who's going down? Unless I am.
I mean, you don't need a light or anything, so.
I mean, I could have sent the weasel down first, but okay, I guess we're doing this.
Well,
I'm going down. There we go.
Well, apparently
Me and my superior dark vision.
yeah,
Yeah,
whereabouts do we put our
I-
character?
I'll get
have
there at
put
some
the
point.
characters There, I'll just have to give everyone.
Okay, I think I'm stuck in a loop. I'm gonna have to reload.
Oh, it's black. Oh, you are.
All light. Assume someone has a light spell.
I don't need one.
Don't need one.
Yes,
I don't need
there
one
are
either.
a bunch of humans in here.
Let's see here.
You have 120 feet, I think.
So yeah, I have 120 feet. So here's my question: are there torches on the wall?
No, it's a crypt.
I do
Yeah,
have a
but sometimes
couple. I do have a couple of performance candles.
if you do that, then actually, you know what? I'll just dancing lights it. There we go. I'll let my humans see.
All right.
Claiming
Your
ownership.
humans?
You do not want a drow to claim ownership.
I have a dungeoneering pack, so I have torches if we need them.
Yeah, I can light them as well.
All these spells, and I have nothing that does light.
Light
I'll just stick with the dancing light.
Yeah, I can't see a fucking thing.
10 feet.
Black. All I see is black.
Yes, I'm going to fix
Darkness,
it.
darkness, darkness.
All right. Darkness, darkness, darkness.
Hey, we have light.
Hey, why don't you cast darkness on it? That really helped last time.
I'll make a dancing light that'll effectively. I'll keep following Grayson and Sybil and Is there anybody else who can't see in the dark?
Thank you.
I think I have 60 feet. I should be good.
I don't have dark vision, but does my familiar have dark vision?
It's a weasel. It barely
I
has
don't
sight.
think
Weasel can stay with
does.
you.
No, the weasel just has keen hearing and smell. He does not have dark vision.
Does anyone still lack vision, or?
I see like a torch on somebody. I don't really see anything else.
All right.
Yeah, I think the light I'm seeing is radiating from Ilfrin Nilius.
Okay.
Okay. Right, and the Draven, you also have night vision, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that was everyone, but yeah. You are inside the crypt now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this feels wrong, but
It's a false
we
crypt. He said it was a false crypt. It's all for
Yeah,
appearances.
Mm-hmm.
Should we
At
investigate
the
this
roof
area
left
for
and right,
traps?
there are some gargoyles here. But otherwise, it seems pretty empty, aside from a few old candles in the corner.
Even still, I'd like to take a look for any traps.
Agreed.
All right.
Can I try to use my superior dark vision to assist in that?
Yeah, sure. You can also make an investigation check.
It's only in distance.
I mean, you all can, if you want.
Yeah, I'm fine.
yeah, I would take a look at the craftsmanship of the gargoyles and whatnot.
See my superior dark vision.
Calabar's convinced it's fine.
To no surprise. Oh, Johnny, almost as good. Almost as good. Probably the dwarven eyes. That explains it.
Those above 15, they also see there is a faint track in the dust that leads to the door here and through it.
I think I see where our friend entered. I'll go up to the door. I'll put my ear to it to make sure I don't hear anything. And if I don't hear anything, then I'm going to push it open.
Make a perception check. You don't hear anything.
I open the door.
All right.
My light source has gone away. Oh no.
Well, I would also have one over you.
Okay, so it's just not showing it.
All right. The human also gets some light.
Yeah, and then I would generally try to move one of the spare globes into whatever room we're in. Because it's two over the humans.
Yeah, I'll put a foot
Sybil
here.
gets one too, or not?
Yep. Yeah, both of the humans, and then I would have one kind of following near me. And then leave one in the center of whatever room we're at.
Well, Johnny has dark vision, so I don't have to. Actually, so does Palabar.
Everyone except you and Pio.
Yeah. Although I
the
would
curse of being a human.
I'd move a globe over here just because I see something interesting.
All right. You see a sarcophagus there that's propped up on a light pedestal halt. Small pedestal, but yeah.
This does
It's a
not
sarcophagus.
seem empty.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna like peer.
The tracks lead there, and it Yeah, delete there and back, out, and nowhere else.
Guys, does this seem like it? I hope I'm not going to be doing any grave robbing.
Pedro
And I
was a
kind
good
of try to.
Pedro was a good friend. This is all just for appearances, I'd say.
I try to give it a little bit of a push to try to gently open and see what's in there.
Alright. You push
We're-
against the sarcophagus lid, and as the stone rasps against stone, please roll me initiative.
Oh, God, I knew it.
I was gonna make an initiative joke, but it kind of happened.
Initiative as the party descend on the drow.
Initiative is never a drogue.
We finally got him cornered. Go.
And I make the lake disappear.
That's alright, the rest of the party descend.
All right, I can take 4 of y'all.
In a fight, right?
Oh,
Sure.
Never get into that sort of tangle with a druid. They have wild shape.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
When they go bear mode, they go bear.
Who's missing? Grayson is missing.
He didn't click his token, I guess.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
I thought I did.
Yeah, I think it's having a day today.
It's fine.
Yeah, I can fix that. Give me a second.
Oh.
Okay. There.
Oh no, I think it
Let's
messed
say
up
it's a
because I
surprise
had
round because it's actually your enemies are actually the lowest in the initiative, and you don't see them.
Oh,
As
I
of
mean,
yet.
they'd at least have to pop out, right?
Otherwise, why would we roll initiative if we
Yeah.
don't know if there's a fight?
Yeah.
Mechanical.
You have a bunch of giant centipedes slithering out of a crack in the wall.
Oh dear.
Rather nasty looking.
But yeah. They shall get one surprise round
Goodbye,
and
Rena.
then probably die horribly.
Oh, that means my mage armor's not up. Fuck.
Oh,
Rip.
he knows who to attack now.
Hey, that's
I'll spread the love around. The gnome gets one, the wizard gets two. Wait, no, the wizard gets one. The rogue gets one, and the druid gets two. In that order.
Ooh.
oh.
Alright, the gnome is not hit. The wizard is hit.
The rogue is hit at 23.
Yeah.
ouch.
And
And the druid is crit once.
alright.
Oh,
That was the crit damage. Alright. Let's do it the other way around. Make your DC and then con save.
Okay.
I don't even get my advantage on con because I'm not singing. Fuck. Everything's gone to shit.
You do make that. Uh,
so you just take the 7.
yeah,
Yeah.
actually
Okay,
not even
good.
half damage.
Yep.
And then let's go with rogue next. The wizard. You two make me also con saves, please. Yeah,
Come on, wizard. You got a +4 in this. You're good at these.
13 damage, and what does the healthy wizard do?
Oh,
Healthy
that was for
succeed.
me. I thought that was for the gnome. Okay.
Nope, gnome's
Those
fine.
were 2. Yeah.
I thought the gnome got hit, and then it was.
You
me.
might be taking 12 damage.
Yeah.
Nope, just
No,
4.
you're just taking 4. But yeah, that's it. Grayson, you have been bitten by a giant centipede. That's about your size. It wiggles its legs at you. How do you respond?
You give me just updating my hit points. How
You
do
have
I
been
respond?
healed. And also, it is after a long rest. So you
Yeah.
would have been full health.
Yeah, so I have 9 hit points left. Ouch.
Why? You just took 4 damage?
I took
No, you don't take the
4
poison on the
plus the
save.
5.
If you save, you don't take any damage at all.
I thought it was half. Oh, I thought it was half poison.
No, so you just take
Yeah.
the 4. The 5 was for the rogue.
Okay, I misunderstood how the attack worked then.
Yeah, it's kind of unusual that it actually does.
I thought it was the attack plus half
All or
poison if I
nothing.
save.
Nope, all or nothing in this case.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to use my bonus action and start singing. And
You sing at the
then
centipede.
the Phantom of the Opera.
It does not seem impressed.
And you know what?
Maybe you should have sung it a love song.
Ooh,
Pizza
icon I
Hut,
can use.
Pizza Hut, Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut.
We'll just go with that icon.
The worst pop songs.
And then I'm going to attempt to stab one. But I will be invoking
Green Flame.
so
All right. That hits.
so I hit that one
Sure thing.
for 8. And then this one, it'll jump to this one. He will take 4.
They are both dead.
That's what I thought. I was hoping they didn't have enough health. I was like, AoE might be good here.
Yeah. That's your turn.
Correct.
All right. Kelmon, you have just witnessed some centipede biting and death.
Yep. Momentary glance at Sybil and then draws his sword and bundles down the stairs. Let's see here. There we go, just to cut one down. For a mighty 4 damage. Minimum damage.
And it is enough to kill.
He did not invoke a dwarf this day.
Or are you doing anything else?
Let's see. I'll back up 2.
All right.
You coward.
Palabar.
Bugs!
Yes.
You got
Big
that one
one.
correct.
They're bigger
Yes.
than you.
Yes, I reflexively shoot an Eldritch Blast at the one that's closest to me but still alive. Now, it wouldn't put it in as an attack on the sheet for some reason. It's on the spell, but it's not.
Alright,
Yeah,
so...
you can cast it from spell.
Well, you go into your spell bit and then press the eye on it, and then the gear. You can scroll down to look for its output, and then click it for spell card or attack. And then that'll put it in your attack list.
Okay.
That's weird, Al. Oof.
Oof.
That misses.
Fitting.
He casts an Eldritch Blast to a dusty couch.
Do a tree strike, man.
Scorpones!
It's
Anything
venom.
else?
It's venom bulb glistening in the moonlight.
Let's see.
Anything else, Nil?
I will back up a bit.
All right.
I'm noticing a theme here as Grayson just looks behind him as everybody else is backing up.
I am a bard. I'm support.
I guess that's it then.
Yep. Early
Sybil's
levels.
turn.
Right. 1, 2. Little support, Kelmorn. It's a bit
Oh, cool.
tough to wave at times, especially on stairs.
Always at your side, my love.
Thank you.
Except for those many times I wasn't.
And let's see if we can plug this one. While leaning on Kelmorn with a twirl of the staff. 8.
Well done.
That is a miss indeed.
All right.
It's been a little bit since you fired one off, isn't it? You'll get it next time. You'll get it next time. You did so well.
Yeah.
You're missing an arm and a leg, right?
Yep.
Is it the same side or different sides?
Opposing sides.
All right.
Yep, that's my turn.
Which one is the missing arm, the right or the left one?
The left.
Left arm, right leg. All right. Yeah, Raven. You have to ignore the
Step over.
bomb. And you are quite dizzy. Maybe a little high.
I'll go ahead and attack this
Quite
one.
the good stuff.
But you also got poisoned.
Yes.
That happened more recently.
How does it work for rogues on sneak attack?
As long as the enemy's beside... As long as you've got a buddy with you, you get your sneak attack.
Yeah.
Or if you have advantage.
So this works?
Yep.
Yeah, you get your sneak
Yeah.
attack.
Sure.
But as before, they don't have many hit points.
Yep.
They probably die anyway. Yes. It is thoroughly slaughtered.
And I'll
It
just...
all spills its stinking guts all over you.
Yeah, I'll stay right here.
Alright. Druid.
Loop.
Shalala.
You got some
No.
fierce nibbles too. That is enough to hit. And
Ah, the
probably kill.
Scimitar.
Yes. They're all dead.
Hurrah.
I helped.
Johnny Ready Made was not quite ready.
I don't even see him in my vision.
Wait, didn't we just
I
loop
see
around?
you.
Were you not on the initiative tracker?
I was on 5. I was last.
Unfortunately, I killed him before he could do anything.
Oh, kill Stealer! Kill Stealer! There's mine.
Oh, that were nasty. Let's see what. See what's. Are you a steady foot now, Sybil?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me take. I'll have to take a wee look at the dry elf here.
I fixed myself.
I don't think you can able to do that.
Yeah, I did.
I mean, you're healed. I don't think you're fixed though. All right, let's...
You get a look.
He's smiling, which is just turning up the sides of his mustache. All right, shall we get this open? Let's have a wee push.
Right. Yes, let's do. And he goes to give it a push again.
Yeah. So, as you push it open together with your combined mind, and the lid goes back, you do find a couple neat things there. The professor did take a few things, but he left, among other things, a dozen silver arrows, 6 flasks of holy water, 10 +1 arrows, 5 +1 ghost touch arrows, 2 +1 undead bane arrows, 5 healing potions, 2 potions of lesser restoration, a scroll of detect evil, good and evil, technically, yeah, and a scroll of protection from good and evil. There's also a box with an decorate with a scarab with a single eye, which actually is the same symbol you found on one of the books, on the manual of the Order of the Palatine Eye.
Oh,
And inside this box are a few. It's a velvet, what's it called? Inside the box where you have these things where you can put glass vials, for example. How are they called again?
Line.
Yeah, it's lined with velvet and has some indentations. 6 of them, 3 are empty. The other 3 contain strange objects that look like glass vials with iron parts, iron ceilings, with strange churning vapor inside. And what is basically an Ouija board.
Spirit board, please. Ouija board is a brand.
Yes. It is a spirit planchette.
I would acquire one of the potions of restoration and one of the holy waters, and then go to take the box.
But here's a question. All those arrows, does anyone use a bow here?
I do.
I can also make them bolts. They can also be bolts.
Don't have a crossbow. I was going to go
I have a
crossbow
short
build.
bow.
Yeah.
Well,
Congratulations, you have a
use
ton of
crossbow.
magical arrows now.
I know.
Yeah.
Can you just list those arrows out somewhere?
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be now.
properly. But yeah, it is. We've been at it for 3 hours now.
Mhm.
I'll type this out, everything out tomorrow.
All right. Thank you for
or
running.
after the session. And I suppose you're going out again now.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Just
Oh, yeah,
in
and then
time
I
to
also
meet.
would have grabbed a healing potion.
Yeah, we'll divvy those out in a bit.
All right.
Although I will point out, when we go to leave, I'm going to turn into a cat and try to sneak on out to see if anybody's out there.
All right. Yeah, you actually do see a bunch of gravediggers running about, doing their business, cleaning up the graveyard a little bit.
Oh boy. So I would have gotten a signal for them where I would meow twice if people were out there and we had to wait. So I would have come back down and meowed twice saying that we can't go out yet.
The Gravedigger startled at the horrible noise of the echoing meow coming from the depths of a crypt, distorting that
Yeah,
noise into a hellish abomination.
The undead cat has risen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fine. You eventually hang around long enough until there's a time where you can just move out.
Well, let's at least make
No
a comedy
issue.
roll for fun. Look at that. A nice solid nat one.
It's a good start. It's a good start for
Oh,
stealth.
are we
but
getting?
can't-
Yeah, let's get.
I was just
sneaky.
doing it for fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it had to be a 1.
I wouldn't have to because I'm a cat.
Yeah, we're totally sneaky. Let's go.
Nice.
I don't even have heavy armor.
Oh
Yeah.
God!
Sybil isn't even wearing her heavy armor right now, right?
No, I wear scale mail.
Okay.
Well,
You know,
thank
just
God
for-
you don't have to be stealthy thanks
Yeah,
to your
we just
cat.
waited.
Yeah. We're gonna have to wait this one out.
Yeah, apparently I and Draven are the only stealthy ones here.
Well, I'm pretty stealthy. It's just I'm wearing heavy armor.
Oh, that's a good cat.
But yes, I assume you return with your loot to the Lorimer residence, or is there anywhere else you want to go first?
I think it's safest for us to be in the residence to go over
I
everything.
mean, I want to go to that library, but that's a whole other thing.
Yeah. Put the
Yeah.
feet up in the
Yeah.
residence, and then we'll head for Harrowstone after a short rest.
Yeah.
I would be
you're-
staying as a cat for the time being.
You're really trying to rush this through, aren't you?
Well, it's a case of it makes sense. I mean, we beginning of the day.
Yeah. Well, with the waiting and everything, it would be around the middle of the
We
day.
woke
by
up,
now.
we took a walk for a few hours. Let's go take another 8 hours sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would take my.
I
nap
mean,
as
that would
a
work for
cat.
Palaber.
Yeah.
When's dinner?
One class. I am exhausted. It is time to sleep.
Yes. I do think this is a decent enough place to stop,
Mhm.
given I have
Yeah.
to be at work tomorrow in
Sure.
5
Yeah.
hours.
Ooh,
Nasty. Well, yeah. We'll pack up for now.
Yeah.
But thank you. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, GG. It's good.
You're just mad 'cause you didn't get to kill any centipedes.
I want to know if punch one.
Yeah. All you've done is punch an old man who beat you with his shoe. That's so like a Pan character, though. You're on brand.
He's
Okay,
not
but
even trying. It just
that guy
happens.
deserved it. That was
I'm
fair. That was a
waiting.
fair hit.
I'm waiting for him to put an anchor through someone's skull.
And then you to say, I don't want to bother healing him.
Oh.
Hey, I don't heal.
You had
I'm
a
okay this time.
you had a whole rosary full of free healing spells, and you said, I don't want to waste a spell on him.
I don't.
What if Vernon had needed it later?
Maybe.